4 stages of safety. And safety is so critical, okay? I'm going to tell you why safety is so critical. And then we'll close this out. I found something that's really interesting about sheep. If a sheep is pregnant and a sheep is about to give birth to his baby, if a sheep senses a predator or senses danger, the sheep's body goes into a state of shock where it literally pauses the labor, to where it can't give birth to his baby because it's like, I can't push this baby out and it's going to get eaten. So it goes into a state of shock, and these chemicals are released in animals that stop them from pushing out their baby because there's danger and there's no safety. Now, what can we learn from that? This is what I want us to grab. If people are in a work environment and they don't feel safe, they will keep back their goods. Their gifts, their talents, their ideas, they won't share them because it's not safe for them. They're not sure that you value them. They're not sure that you appreciate them. And so they may have an answer to lift the organization forward, but because there's no safety, they keep it back. And I see some of you nodding your head because you're like, you're right, right? So the first step of safety is what we call inclusion safety. You feel safe, and you can be who you are. You don't have to change your voice and all that stuff. The second one is what we call learner safety. This is what you want. People feel safe to learn and ask questions. You ever been somewhere and you wanted to ask a question, but you're like, I'm not about to ask. Well, if you don't ask, you're not going to know. And you'll just be walking around and not knowing. Have you seen that in your work environment where people are like, did you get it done? Well, you said it, but I didn't know where to go and what to do. So that's a safety issue, okay? So you feel open to giving and receiving feedback. And the third level is what we call contributor safety. You feel safe to make a valuable contribution using your skills and gifts. And then the fourth one is what we call challenger safety. You know your organization is really evolving and growing when you as a leader are, you can invite the feedback and people can challenge an idea. But I don't know if that's the best approach, right? You know you're winning when you got this level of safety in your organization, okay? This is why this is really key. But we got to shift from me to we. Sometimes leaders can't get out their own way, right? This is key in order to create an inclusive environment. So leaders touch your heart before they ask for a hand. And so I'll offer you this. You got to stop thinking about leadership as a role of responsibilities and start treating it as a relationship. And the data shows this. Gone are the days where people just show up, I work, and I just go home. People want to work for companies where they matter, where they can build relationships. This is what the research is telling us. So 5 habits. Listening. Are you doing this as a leader? Or are you doing this as an organization? Do you give out surveys? Are you getting feedback? That's important. Because if you're not a listening leader, if you're not a listening organization, you can't be a learning leader, a leader that's going to grow. You got to listen so that you can learn. When you have those 2 components in place, then you can care appropriately. People say, we care our company. Do you? How do you know you care? How do you know the care is effective if you haven't listened and you haven't learned? Because things are changing, and they're changing fast. And then last is, how are you appreciating the people in your organization? Do you set aside time to do that? And then last, how are you lifting people? I would hope, I would pray that when people come at my company, that when they leave, they're like, man, I'm a better person. I grew as a leader. I grew as a person.